Hello, hi, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. My name's Jim. I listen to music. We listen to music, basically. That's what we do. Now, Ren has dropped something new, and this is not even 24 hours old yet. So, my God, how current am I? This never happens. So this is a really new track. This is called Money Game Part 3. And it's there's a video and stuff with it as well. And I know that this has been in the pipeline for a few months. There was a big call out from Ren for anywhere suitable, for someone to suggest or to donate a suitable filming location that would accommodate a grand piano and would accommodate a cast of, I would say thousands, maybe not thousands, but a large cast of people and a large, big open space. And I think this is the result. So we haven't listened to any Ren on the channel for a long time. So it'd be interesting to hear something new. His new album drops today as well, Sick Boy. So if you like his stuff, and a lot of you do, go and get it. Right, here we go then. This is Money Game Part 3 official music video. 3, 2, 1, bop. Reminiscent of Butterflies and Hurricanes by Muse. Is that Ren? Yeah, it is.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns that truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. $35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed up, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Good storytelling. Slightly reminiscent of High Ren, isn't it? Sort of in the wheelchair. Oh, where do they come from?
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, gimme. 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him. And it's a version of she. And it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed.
Oh, man.
Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then And there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Ah.
45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Oh. Oh. Damn. Huh. Well, he's said in 10 minutes, using a story to illustrate what we all know. Money is the root of all evil. It absolutely is. We know that. And we are living in a society and in a civilization where it is the... Until someone comes up with something better, no one's ever going to let that happen. That is how we... But yeah, no, it's... Unfortunately, we are all cogs. We're all parts of the same machine. And there's... in some ways, it's kind of... It's stating the obvious, isn't it? We kind of all know it. And unless we collectively stand up as a revolution against... consumerism, against capitalism, against the greed that just keeps wanting the drive to have more and more and more and more and more, then it will never change. And a consequence of that is unhappiness. It is violence. It is war. I mean, how much of the war that goes on in the world is as a result of greed and of desire to have more? I'm not getting into specifics. Don't worry, we're not talking about current situations in the world because there's awful, dire things happening, and we all know about it. This is not a place to be talking about that. But oh, good old Ren. He's done it again. He has done it again. He's. I don't think any of his things are going to be as impactful as that very first time I heard him, the High Ren, which was such a personal and vulnerable, unique piece of art, that anything else he has done is kind of... has got to try and live up to that. I think it's an impossibility almost for him to achieve that greatness again. Notoriety is the wrong word, but that level of engagement with an audience sort of across all ages, all races, all denominations, all backgrounds, because it was a universal message. However, this kind of is as well, and it's it is. I don't know. It's what is hip hop? What is hip hop? I don't know. I don't think this is, not in my own mind, in my brain's definition of what hip hop is. It involves a Roland TR 808 drum machine or Akai sampler and layering beats with someone sort of rapping over the top. So this is poetry, street poetry, with a musical background, but there's no driving rhythm, there's no drum machine, there's no beats with it. And does that make it something else, or is this still hip hop? I don't know. It is one of those strange things. But man alive, is he doing incredible stuff by being a solo artist, by crowdfunding this, by engaging with his audience, by having a relationship with the audience that is impossible if you are on a label, with backing, because there's always someone else's agenda to be involved with. Here, there's no one's agenda. It's his own vision, his own story. He's working with his own team of people. He's got Sam Tompkins there doing the videography, and his friends, I think, probably as the cast around him. It's all entirely self-done. It's just fantastic. I applaud you, Ren. I really do. I think you're doing a fantastic job in the face of what is a hostile and impossible music industry for many people. You are showing a way to do it. Now, whether anybody else can do it in quite the same way is up to debate. I think a lot of it is down to you. You, Ren, are what makes it possible. It's not that anyone could just do this. It has to be a very specific, likeable personality, and people want to engage with you. I say you, I know you're not watching, but people want to engage with Ren. They want to have the conversation with him, to be involved, to be a part of what is happening. And unless you have the right personality and the right level of engagement back, that ain't going to happen. So is it a blueprint for everybody else? It could be, but you've got to work very, very hard at it, and you've got to be that same person